Yo, Prosique Elite in the house. What's going on, guys? Trimathias checking in. New digs down in Blacksburg. We got maps on maps on maps on the wall, guys. But just to give you a quick update of what I got going right now, like I said, I'm back at school at Virginia Tech, taking a bear of a semester. It's my senior year in a 5-year bachelor program, so I'm rolling on that, you know, putting in work in the gym, putting in work in the kitchen, still getting it all done. I'm actually starting to work with my coach now, Vaughn Twigger. He's a natural pro who trains at the weight club here in Blacksburg. So I'm working with him with my training and nutrition. And actually we're planning, he's going to prep me for my first show that I'm looking at doing this fall. So I'm calling it right now, guys. I'm competing this year, barring something crazy goes on with my knee or something else. But I'm competing this year, guys. We're getting it done. So that's another thing I should mention. I've been dealing with a knee injury. I've actually got an appointment next Thursday to see an orthopedic doctor. Decided it was finally time to go ahead and see somebody for it. It's been bothering me since Christmas. So it's one of those things where, man, I've been working through it, but got to go see someone about it. So anyways, guys, other than that, we are getting started on the Prosique Elite Foundation series, okay? Pumped about this. First thing we're starting with is a nutritional series. So what I thought we would do is actually break it down into 3 videos. I think this is going to be a pretty good way for you guys to see it. And what I'm actually going to do, I've written this stuff out, guys. So what I want to do is give you a download link to the PDF of actually everything I talk about today. So you'll be able to take that, read it, you watch the video, take that information, check it out whenever you want to. It's all free, man. I want you guys to know this stuff. So we're going to get right into it. And we're going to kind of scroll through here and roll through on this Word document. So I'm going to kind of talk you through it and then give you kind of this as a visual too. So basically, we're starting with the fundamentals today. So this is the first part. And what we're going to go over today is just basic structure of nutrition. So when I say that, we're going to talk about calories, macronutrients, and how those all break down. So just kind of laying the foundation for you to understand how to put your plan in place, which will be video 2, and then to actually select foods and optimize your diet, which would be video 3. So video 1, calories, okay? Calories is a notorious term, guys. We all have heard this a million times, okay? What it actually comes down to is it's just a standard unit of energy, okay? So basically, your body requires a certain number of calories to perform its functions every day. If you eat more and consume more, you're in a surplus, you're going to gain weight. If you're consuming less than your body burns, you're going to be losing weight or in a caloric deficit, okay? That's the basic. And basic, what you're looking at is a 24-hour window each day where you're trying to hit a certain intake of calories, okay, depending on your goals. So what it comes down to is calories are broken into 3 macronutrients, okay? Macronutrient sections. And what those actually are protein, carbohydrates, and fats, okay? And each of these 3 things, you hear people talk about macros all the time. That's what they are. It's 3 things, guys. 1 gram of protein, okay, in weight, is 4 calories, okay? A gram of carbs is 4 calories, just like protein. And then a gram of fat has 9 calories. So you can see why fat ends up getting a bad rap. Most people don't understand, what fat actually does for you, and they're like, oh man, it's more calorically dense, so I want to lose weight, I've got to stay away from fat. Which is actually not a good idea at all. But we'll go over that later. So when you look at a label, I'm gonna put this up here. Hope y'all can see this. When you look at a label, it gives you a breakdown of those main things I talked about. So calories, you've got fat, right? You've got carbohydrate, okay? And then you got your protein. And those are the main things that basically make up the energy source, okay? So you're going to have all the micronutrients and the other things like fiber, okay? Those things are also important. And that'll be touched on later when we talk about optimizing. But for the most part, what you really want to be aware of is the protein, carbs, and fats. So we're taking you through those 3 things. Protein. Okay, guys, protein is essential if you're trying to gain muscle or lose weight, be healthy, retain a lean body, okay? Girls, if you eat protein, you're not going to get all big and muscular all of a sudden, okay? Trust me, it won't happen. That happens due to your training and your other, that in combination with other eating habits, okay? So you can control those things. Protein is good for you, I promise, okay? So basically protein is the building block of muscle, okay? It's going to repair your tissues. It's broken into amino acids. You can read all this stuff in the PDF if you want to get a little more into it, guys. But, as a general rule, a good goal to shoot for most dudes is a gram of protein. Most natural dudes, a gram of protein per pound of body weight will do it, guys. So anywhere from 0.08 to 1.2, 1.4, just depending on what you've got going, is going to be good. And you want to hit that protein total, guys. So that is super crucial to hit that protein total. So moving on to carbs, carbohydrates. Carbs are a misunderstood thing, guys. There's a lot of fad dieting and a lot of diets out there that say restrict carbs, and you want to be careful with that, guys. Carbs are a good way to manipulate your diet and your weight. So by eating more carbs, you can essentially, your fats need to stay in a certain range, protein needs to stay in a certain range, but carbs are usually what you're going to manipulate to start to change your body composition. So they are very crucial though to proper performance in the gym. So they replenish your glycogen stores, so that's that full feeling, that's the energy, the fullness that your muscles have, and allow them to perform optimally. So you can see how carbs are pretty important. You do not want to cut out carbs, guys. Okay, whatever you do. You want to keep them as high as you can. If you're dieting, you want to keep them as high as you can. And that'll help you feel more satisfied, help you feel fuller, and help you train better, okay? So read through some of this stuff here too. You hear a lot about complex versus simple carbs. That stuff actually, guys, isn't terribly important, okay? And that's based on my personal experience and based on studies that I've read. And I'll post a couple of those. There's a good one on Simply Shredded that talks about the difference, okay? I eat fruit at night. I eat carbs at night. I track my macros and hit a certain number of grams of carbs every day. And that's how you do it, okay? So keep that in mind. So, don't pay too much attention to that. We'll talk more about that in optimizing. But just be aware of carbs. And be aware of how important they are, okay? Now, fats. Fats are really misunderstood, guys, because they're called fats. That's understandable, okay? Fats are, because they're more calorically dense, like I said, when most people cut fats out, they're automatically dropping their calories significantly. So they suddenly, oh my gosh, the scale's going down. Awesome, cut more fats. No, bad idea, okay? Fats are super important for your hormonal levels, your sex drive, testosterone production. In females, it's extremely crucial for your hormonal levels, like I said. You don't want to cut fats out, guys. Your brain will hate you if you cut fats out of your diet, okay? You want to control your fat sources. Now, you don't want to go out eating a ton of, monosaturated, or not monosaturated. You want to eat monosaturated. You don't want to go out and eat a ton of trans fat. Be careful with saturated fats. They can help you, but you want to be careful about the sources you're getting them from, because most times when we eat saturated fats, we're getting them from crappy sources that don't carry many micronutrients. So be careful with that and understand that. But like I said, guys, fats, super important. Do not neglect fats, okay? Do not neglect fats. I'm actually eating, on my current macros, I'm eating over about 100 grams of fat a day right now, okay, guys? So that is the basics for that. As you can see, we're down to the how to build your nutrition plan, and we're actually going to have that in part 2. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something, guys. Let us know if it's helping you. Let us know if there's stuff we could be doing better. Let us know, if you got questions. Hit us up on the Facebook, on Twitter, even on YouTube. Drop us a comment. So we appreciate your support. And until next time, Trim Matthias checking out. Peace, guys.